The Clipse is, man, it's one of the best duos ever. And we gonna show it and prove it. And
So here we are, standing at the edge of something that hasn't happened in hip-hop since the days of The Blueprint or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The kind of moment where legends don't just drop bars, they drop bombs. The Kendrick Lamar era already feels like a genre reset, but what's about to happen next? Oh, it's bigger than just Kendrick, way bigger. You're looking at the start of a full-blown rap revolution. Tonight, yes, tonight, Kendrick Lamar isn't standing alone. He's assembling the infinity stones of lyrical greatness, JayZ, Pusha T, Nas, Malice, and Pharrell behind the boards like Nick Fury with a mixing console. And if you're not hyped yet, it probably means you've been asleep since Not Like Us. So smash that like button like it owes you royalties, because what we're about to break down is hip-hop history before it's even happened. Let's set the stage. The whispers have been growing for months. A new project, the return of Clipse, the resurrection of rap standards, and the one name tying it all together, Pusha T. Yes, the Push, the lyrical ghost that haunted Drake's career like a diss track poltergeist. Now, he's not just coming back, he's bringing the family. Malice is back, Pharrell is lacing the beats, and somewhere in the shadows, Kendrick Lamar is writing a verse that's going to shake the genre's spine. But this isn't just a nostalgic reunion tour. This is strategic warfare. Because while Drake was out here throwing subs at Pharrell, mocking jackets and jewelry, Kendrick was recruiting generals for something else entirely. This isn't beef. This is artillery. See, Kendrick isn't just torching the current rap scene on his own. He's building a new one, a better one. And it starts with this album, possibly the most stacked, strategic, and spiritually loaded project we've seen since GNX nuked the Billboard charts. We're talking Avengers-level collaboration. JayZ, Kendrick, Nas, Pusha T, Malice, Pharrell, all on one album. This isn't a track list. It's a lineup of rap assassins. And yes, Drake fans are already panicking in group chats across the globe. But here's the truth. This isn't about Drake. This is about what hip-hop could be if its legends finally stopped holding back. Push knows what he's doing. He's not just making an album, he's curating a moment. And every feature, every producer, every verse, they're drawing a line in the sand. This is the rebirth of real hip-hop and the death of that clownish, performative, hit-chasing mess we've all tolerated for too long. The only question is, who's ready for the smoke? Let's not kid ourselves. Push doesn't just drop albums, he drops missions. And this one? Oh, this one's nuclear. Because it's not just the long-awaited Clipse reunion, it's a declaration of war. And the targets? The entire fake-it-till-you-stream-it class of rappers who've been flooding playlists with watered-down microwave music. Pusha isn't just bringing Malice out of retirement for nostalgia. Nah. He's pulling him out to remind the world what lyricism sounds like when it comes from two brothers built on pain, power, and precision. And Pharrell? He's not just producing beats, he's sculpting the landscape. This isn't just music, it's architecture. But wait, just when the foundation's been laid, Kendrick walks in. Remember when Push teased he was waiting on one more verse? That verse was Kendrick's. Then Kendrick didn't just send it in, he showed up in person, on tour, with Push backstage at the GNX Stadium, show like some rap samurai handing over the final sword. Let that sink in. Pusha followed Kendrick to Gillette Stadium just to lock in that last piece. That's not casual, that's ceremonial. This isn't two rappers linking up. It's two war generals confirming the blueprint before launching an invasion. And this is where things really take a turn. Because you thought Kendrick and Push were enough, now JayZ steps in. Oh yeah, not as a distant elder blessing the project with a tweet, but as a player coach, a behind-the-scenes godfather making sure everything hits the way it should. Jay was the one who cleared the Super Bowl stage for Kendrick. Jay was the one who quietly inked the deal that brought Clipse's rollout under Roc Nation. Now he's stepping into the ring himself. You know, Jay doesn't just hop on verses anymore, not unless he's got something real to say, something personal, something that's gonna have Twitter frozen mid-scroll. He's been quiet since that legendary verse on DJ Khaled's 2022 album. You remember the one that was way too good for the album it was on? Yeah, he's due. And now, he's got reasons. Old beefs, new critics, industry snakes, and a throne that's been getting way too comfortable lately. Imagine Kendrick, Pusha T, and Jay on one track, competing, complimenting, combusting. There's no feature on that song. That's a historic footnote in real time. And if that wasn't already wild enough, there's a rumor swirling that Nas is involved too. That's right. The GOAT of Queensbridge may be pulling up to this exact party. If that happens, we're not getting a rap record. We're getting a museum exhibit. One track from this thing might contain more raw skill than the entire Spotify Rap Caviar playlist combined. And guess what? That's the point. This isn't music for algorithms. This is music for immortality. So go ahead, tap that like button like it's the Illuminati button under under Rock Nation HQ. Hit subscribe before this project melts the internet, because we're only halfway through the story. You feel that? That unease in the rap world? That's not coincidence, that's fear. Because this album, this moment, isn't just bringing legends together, it's exposing the split in hip-hop for what it really is. On one side, Kendrick, Push, Jay, Nas, Malice, Pharrell. On the other, well, let's just say, it's the land of crash outs, crybabies, and clout chasers. Kendrick's diss didn't just rattle Drake's fanbase, it shook the foundations of the genre. It forced every rapper with a mic to ask, am I actually pushing the culture forward or just floating? And now, that crack has split into two clear houses. One that fights for the art, and one that sells its soul for streams. This upcoming Clipse album isn't a project, it's a manifesto. A lyrical declaration that says, if you're not elevating the game, get the hell out the way. Of course, the minute people see Kendrick and Push on the same track, throw in Jay and Nas, the Drake stans are gonna scream collusion. They're gonna cry that this is just another obsession. A supergroup forming just to bring down one man. But let's be honest, Drake brought this on himself. He was taking shots at Pharrell over jewelry, still throwing subs at Push after getting bodied in 2018. He was poking legends for years like it was all fun and games, until Kendrick decided, nah, we're not doing that anymore. Now, Pusha doesn't need to go full diss mode again. He already won. But trust, he's got lines coming. Ice cold bars, surgical one-liners. The kind of verses that don't just diss, they document your downfall. And this time, it goes deeper than just Drake. Push T's beef stretches back to the Birdman era. Back to Pharrell getting burned by Cash Money. This album, it's revenge. It's long-form closure for 2 decades of disrespect. And Kendrick, he's got his own receipts. He's been holding down the integrity of the genre by himself. And now, he's done waiting for other artists to figure it out. He's pulling the real ones together to remind the world what greatness actually sounds like. And the best part, they're not even trying to be subtle about it. They're naming names, they're using verses to split the rap game in two, and they're doing it all on one album. Pusha T, Kendrick, JayZ, Nas, Malice, Pharrell. That's not a dream team. That's a declaration of independence. This record is more than just bars. It's a power move. Think about it. Why do you think JayZ got involved at this level? Jay isn't just showing love, he's strategizing. He's placing bets on the future of the genre, and he's betting against the streaming-friendly, TikTok bait, vibe over substance rap that's been dominating the charts for too long. Rock Nation didn't just sign the Clipse album for distribution because it sounded cool. Jay wanted control over how this project drops, how it moves, how it lands, and that tells you everything you need to know about the stakes. When the guy who made Take Over gets behind an album this hard, you'd better believe something's about to be taken over. Now let's talk legacy. Jay's last real mic moment was on that bloated DJ Khaled project, and even then, he rapped like he had something to prove. Now, he's got Kendrick, Push, and Nas sharing the booth. Jay's not gonna just show up, he's gonna go full God mode. We're talking a 5-minute verse that breaks down the industry, the betrayal, the false kings, and the fools still taking shots at the throne. You remember how Jay addressed Dame Dash without saying his name? Now imagine him doing that and naming names. That's what this record threatens to do. And the ripple effect, it's already started. Push was the architect. He's been working toward this for years. First with Kanye, then solo. Always evolving. Always sharpening the blade. His last album, It's Almost Dry, wasn't just great. It was his first #1 over 2 decades into the game. Who else is doing that? That's not luck, that's calculation. Push keeps getting better because he's one of the few who still cares. And this upcoming Clipse project, it won't just continue that streak, it might redefine it. Because this time, it's not just about Push proving he's elite, it's about proving that the entire structure of hip-hop has gotten lazy, predictable, and soft. This album wants to scare people. Not because it's aggressive, not because it's loud, but because it's undeniably excellent. That's the real threat. When Kendrick, Push, Jay, and Nas lock in, they aren't just rapping, they're judging, and every other artist in the genre is about to get graded. So let's paint the full picture here. Pusha T isn't just chasing stream, he's assembling monuments. Think about the lineup again. Kendrick Lamar, JayZ, Nas, Malice, Pharrell. Each of them has nothing to prove and everything to say. And that's what makes this terrifying for everyone else in rap right now. They're not just dropping verses, they're documenting history. And if you've been skating by on mediocrity, you're about to get immortalized as an example of what not to be. And here's what makes it even crazier. This album might be the real version of what We Don't Trust You tried to be. Remember when Future and Metro Boomin tried to declare war on Drake, only to walk it back just a few weeks later with a follow-up album that sounded like a peace treaty? That's not happening here. Kendrick isn't flinching, Push isn't apologizing, Jay isn't smoothing things over with PR. This is the line in the sand. And everyone involved is saying, you're either with us or you're part of the problem. Let's be real, Kendrick probably sees artists like Future trying to have it both ways and thinks, nah, stand on something. That's what this record is. It's about standing tall with people who still write like it's life or death. It's about surrounding yourself with the kind of MCs who would rather be feared than streamed. So when Push gets in that booth, he's doing more than rapping, he's choreographing chaos. Every feature, strategic. Every beat, intentional. Every line, designed to echo. And for Kendrick, this is a layup and a legacy. He's already been leading the culture, dragging it forward by sheer force of will. Now he's teaming up with the other generals of the genre to say, we don't need the fake kings anymore, we are the royalty. And best believe, Kendrick's not just showing up for a guest verse. He's showing up to make another verse of the year contender, maybe two, maybe the kind of verses that cause group chats to explode at midnight. That's what makes this moment so scary for everyone else in the industry. It's not just what this album might say, it's what it might mean. This isn't just a rap album. This is the Mount Rushmore of hip-hop, grabbing a sledgehammer and carving a new one. Let's run it again. Push, Kendrick, Jay, Nas, Malice, Pharrell, possibly even more surprise guests. The weight of this lineup, insane. You don't just feature artists like this, you summon them. This album isn't about selling records, it's about restoring order. The pen is back in power. No ghostwriters, no AI hooks, no vibe first, meaning later mumble fests. Just rappers who've earned their stripes through eras and who are now ready to remind everyone why the craft matters more than the chart. It's Kendrick standing next to the very legends he grew up studying, not as a student anymore, but as a peer, as an equal. It's JayZ flexing one more time, not for ego, but to protect the house he helped build. It's Nas proving once again that wisdom and bars age like fine wine and not one verse is gonna get mailed in. It's Malice coming back not for money or fame, but because this moment, it needs his voice. And Push, he's the architect, the foreman, the visionary that pulled it all together. If you think this is just about music, you miss the point. This is about legacy. This is about a statement that will split the genre in half. Those who stand with substance and those who chase streams. The ones who built the culture and the ones trying to rent it. And you better believe that when this album drops, there will be casualties. Not in the form of name drops or Twitter rants, but in sheer performance. When these verses start landing, when these beats hit, when the smoke clears, a whole lot of rappers are gonna wake up to find they've been eclipsed overnight, and that's the thing Push doesn't miss. From the early Clipse days to GOOD music, from Runaway to It's Almost Dry, every era of his career has brought evolution. He gets sharper, colder, more surgical, and now, with the ultimate roster and the ultimate producers behind him, Push is ready to deliver the rap album of the decade. Mark these words. This isn't just a moment in music. It's the moment, and when it hits every rapper out there relying on antics instead of artistry, they're gonna hear the door slam shut. Let's be honest, this album doesn't need to drop to already be scary. Just the idea of it has rappers sweating through their velvet durags. Why? Because this isn't just a lyrical flex. It's a funeral march for mediocrity. Push has always known how to make timeless music, but this time he's not just rapping for replay value. He's building legacy currency. That's why every verse, every feature, every subtle bar, it's gonna be audited by the culture. You think Drake's gonna ignore this? Of course not. You think labels aren't already panicking, wondering if their artists are about to get lyrically demolished by verses from three guys over 40? Absolutely. And when this drops, when those verses from Jay, Nas, Kendrick, Malice, and Pusha start circulating like sacred scripture, everything else is gonna sound like rap background noise. This project is gonna hit the timeline like an asteroid. It's not gonna trend. It's going to tilt the whole genre on its axis. Now, if you're a true fan of the pen game, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is what it looks like when everybody stops playing nice, stops dumbing it down, and starts rapping like the mic actually matters again. So buckle up. We're about to witness peak hip-hop. Not just in talent, but in intention. Pusha didn't rally these legends for clout, he brought them together to set a new bar, and they all answered the call. This album is going to rattle egos. It's going to make rap exciting again. And most importantly, it's going to clean house. So if you haven't already, hit that like button like Kendrick, hit that stage at GNX, smash subscribe like Push, smash every feature in his last 3 albums. It's free, it's fast, and it tells the algorithm you're not here for the mid, because real rap is back, and Push brought the flamethrower. So what's next? What if this is just phase 1? What if this record sparks a domino effect? Kendrick's not done, Jay's got more in the vault, Nas is aging like a lyrical Benjamin Button, and Push is just getting warmed up. This could be the beginning of a whole new golden era. And Drake, you might want to put Kai Cenat on speed dial again, because after this album, he's gonna need more than help. He's gonna need a miracle. We'll be watching closely. Now go drop your predictions in the comments. Who's gonna deliver the craziest verse on this album? Kendrick Kendrick? Jay? Someone we haven't even seen coming? And if you're still hungry for more Kendrick context, don't miss our breakdown of how he silenced Joey Badass and blew up the Drake beef from the inside. It's right here, waiting. Trust us, you'll want to see what really went down before this bomb drops. See you there.